Hey, welcome back to Remarkable Regional Business. And this is part 2 of my conversation with Phil McConachy. What a legend he is. And don't let his humility fool you. Phil is a mastermind and a genius. And we unpack more in this part of the episode as to how he got to where he is and where the mill's going in the future. So I hope you enjoy it. Hang on, in the earth moving business, what do you think you learnt in that business? That's
problem solving, communication, treat employees well. That's, we had a core crew that we paid way above rates, but we knew they would give blood if we needed it. And, we morphed into construction as well within that. So those skills all of a sudden became really handy when we bought the mill.
Yeah.
Who knows what the future brings? That wasn't part of the plan. It just happened to be the case.
Yeah. I love that, how things in life often seem, opportunities that come your way can often be a combination of the things and the skills that you've developed over the years. It's pretty cool. Yeah. What happened next?
I fell in love. Late starter.
Yeah.
So we ended up, we're living at the back of Anglesey in a place we built. We had our first child there.
Yeah.
Moved to that was going to be forever. A year later, we moved to a smaller farm at the edge of Geelong. My wife's a GP obstetrician. Yeah. She wanted to go rural. So we put a compass on a map between an hour and a half from my parents and from her parents, and we got to Dalesford.
Wow. We
drove to Dalesford, had a look and went, oh, no, this doesn't feel right. Drove up the road to Castlemaine, and that was it.
Wow.
So that was in 99.
99. Moved to Castlemaine, and you were stay-at-home dad?
Farming and stay-at-home dad.
Love it. And lambs was on the farm?
Yeah,
tell me a bit about
lambs. We messed around with him, some South African sheep, and we were both excited about milking sheep for a while. But yeah, we brought in we bought genetics and run a embryo transfer operation on a station up in New South Wales. So I run sheep up north of Swan Hill, north of Balranald and north of Wentworth for a while.
Oh, wow.
So played around with that.
Wow.
In between looking after boys. By that stage, we had 2 sons.
Wow. How many sheep were we talking?
I think we were up around 5,000 at one stage.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a few.
Yeah.
And that would keep you busy. 2 boys plus 5,000 sheep.
Yeah.
I've got 3 boys, and that's busy enough.
Yeah, well, then 2 more arrived, so that...
Yeah, wow.
So, so I was house dad and farming, and...
having experienced fatherhood and all of the joys of that, I want to ask you, what did you learn in that season of your life that you brought forward?
Don't expect to get anything done when you're looking after a child. Or go out with low expectations for the day.
Oh, man. Yeah. Words of wisdom.
Until I learnt that, I used to at the end of the day, I'd be frustrated because I'd have a plan for the day, and I'd 1 or 2 boys, and I'd be doing kindergarten drop off and stuff like that, and get home and go, oh, now dinner's got to be organised. What have I done? Nothing on the farm.
Oh, so true. Okay. So, and then at how old were the kids when you decided? You were at 99, you're in Castlemaine,
yep.
And then fast forward to 11 years ago.
2014. Yep.
Is when, and that was the first step off the farm?
Yep.
Yeah, wow. And so I've talked to one other placemaker, although he didn't really like that term.
That's understandable.
Yeah, that is somewhat similar, and that was Andrew Hamilton from the Federal Woolen Mills down in Geelong.
Yes.
I find that the mill and Pivot City have really a similar essence of ingenuity, of innovation, of care for the heritage. That's not a super common thing, as I alluded to before. Like, there's a lot of commercial spaces for lease that the landlord or the owner doesn't seem to bring a sense of community, a desire to build community or give to the wider community. How have you kind of gone about that? Like, where did that come from?
I think it's in me. I'm not sure where it's come from. I come from a farming family that weren't that educated. My mum left school at 13. My father was a little bit older. But they're always doing stuff in the community, just involved. But the town lends itself to it a little.
Yeah.
I'll usually know. So the building where the cafe is floods. If we get a flood, that whole building will flood. I couldn't morally rent that out without having an attempt at some sort of mitigation. So we designed a whole system that locks that building down if there's a flood coming, shutters that close, block the doors. Part of the courtyard wall on the cafe is part of the flood protection. And I did a thing for the SES, the little video and stuff, and that was, I have the ability to look after myself and the site. I would rather the SES be going to help the people who can't help themselves. And that's the way we've sort of done with the site. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's an approach of taking responsibility.
And we support the footy club. My boys play AFL, so I've been in the committee of the junior footy club for a long time, and then now that they're all grown up, we're sponsors of the Castlemaine Footy Club and the Newstead Footy Club and Newstead Cricket Club, and we're sponsoring part of the State Festival in the Botanical Gardens next year, and so there's a whole range of things. We pay the rent to Nalderun, which is the Indigenous organisation in town. We're giving vouchers. So there's just that general little bits and pieces that we do within the town. And people ask, what do you want back? The footy club, Cable was the president. What do you want in return? Whatever. I regard it as a community service, not a exchange as such, even though there is an exchange, but it's that it's just community service. We have the ability to donate some money, and we do that.
Yeah, I love that. That whatever it is that's within you, kind of it flows through, and it builds a sense of community. It builds a sense of place that has an identity in and of itself, and that alone draws people in. I remember the first time, I reckon Dusk Coffee House must have been maybe open for a year or less when I first came there, and that was such an experience to just go into this place that was like, well, where am I?
Who dropped this in here?
Yeah, who put this in here? And it was something that you couldn't not talk about, right? It came with embedded story that whether it was intentional or not, you made it up. Like, you just like, like there's story here. I know it. I don't know what it is, but I know it's here. Yeah. And so that kind of sense of being in a place is a lot of people talked about it. A lot of people have studied it, but I just want to say well done for for creating a place where it's both attractive to, it's just attractive to people. People want to be in a place that's real. It's got story to it.
It's a word that gets overused at times, but authenticity, like there's grunge, there's crush rock, there's potholes, there's we do the best we can. Yeah. There's weeds at the moment because late spring means can't keep up.
Yes.
try not to. It's not meant to be smooth. It's just the way it is. And there's some tenants early on that I had challenges with.
Yeah.
People come on site and want things to, and I've gone, it's an old building. It's just the way it is. We work with what we've got, not try and change it to something that's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that sounds like it would have held you in good stead in a few, setting expectations, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me about some of the challenges throughout the journey so far and how you've had to overcome them. Like, what were some of the big things you had to overcome?
First one was probably getting council on board. And they've been great, but there was the initial part which was really hard. And I learned about communication then. Like one doesn't know what the other person has heard when one's saying stuff. And we all run stuff through our filters. Other than that, there hasn't been anything that's been horrendous. Like I said, the asbestos, we just got the experts to come in. They did the job and it's done. It's probably a bit harder now. We're almost finished our major building works.
Right.
It's managing people flow and making sure that we don't impact people too much.
Because that's changed quite a few times, right? I remember driving through buildings at points and now it seems like it's got a fairly good flow.
Yeah, it is. It works relatively well. We could probably do with more access. One of the fantasies is, and I probably won't see it, is the autonomous cars will come one day.
Okay, Phil. I was in Melbourne last week and my mate was driving another mate and one of them was in the passenger seat. He sent me a video of the driver. He was not driving. The car was driving. The first time I've seen it actually close to me. He drove from his house to the location in inner Melbourne without touching the steering wheel.
Yeah, that's a bit scary.
It is a bit scary, actually.
Yeah.
It is a bit scary. So I don't know. I reckon you might see it.
I'd like, and that's coming from the point of view of wanting the site to blend into the botanical gardens. So if I could get to a point where people get dropped off and as they're leaving, their car arrives and picks them up at the front or on a loading site and be able to plant the rest of it out to gardens.
Wow.
That'd be nice.
Wouldn't it be cool? So bringing a lot less car parking space and more greenery.
Yeah, just to soften it down.
Yeah, I love that idea. What else is in the grand vision?
We're in the process now of working out what we need to do to try and get more solar panels. We've got 200 kilowatts on now.
Oh, wow.
We want to get to a point where, and I've got the electrical experts looking at this now, we want car charging, some batteries to hopefully run us overnight maybe. And so they're doing a cost-benefit analysis of how many more solar panels is optimum. Yeah. Factoring all that in.
That's a lot of power required to...
Yeah, there's a cheese manufacturing with their pasteurised and cool rooms uses a fair bit. Yeah. Shed Shaker with their boiler and stuff so we do use a fair bit, but that idea of being close to self-sufficient while still being connected. So that's one of the grand plans at the moment.
I want to know about the industry around you and like locations. The industry being really unique and wonderful commercial tenancy places. Do you network at all with other owners of great places?
No, not really. One of our challenges early on, the bank's been very supportive. Yeah. They wanted a valuation. The valuers couldn't find anywhere to compare us to. So that, and that's been the case the whole time. Yes, there's things that are that might be a bit close, but there's not much around that's similar. We do go and do the touristy things every now and again and just get little ideas from places, just from being a tourist.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's unique in itself.
What was the last bit of inspiration that you drew, and from where?
Speed humps from up at Daintree in the rainforest. We just spent 10 days up at Daintree, and one of the places on the way up had much cooler looking speed humps.
Cool.
Which was quite wider and had stones placed in the concrete instead of us having our little sharp ones. Yeah. So
nice.
That looked a lot better. We'll see how we go.
I like that. I look forward to a good experience on a speed hump. I love that.
I need to get out more, don't I?
No. It's the little things that matter, Phil. I think
it is.
And so, what's on the dream list for tenants or work to be done other than?
Bendigo TAFE came last year with their woodworking classes for women and gender diverse. We're building them and outfitting a bigger space next door to them at the moment, which they'll move into next year.
Wow.
I've got an artist coming into the space they're leaving.
Okay.
And then up the front, we've got Cheese, who are expanding into what was the old Shed Shaker brewing space.
Oh, wow.
And then we're sort of done with the major works, so I haven't really got a list of somebody I'd like to come because we haven't got the space.
Yeah, wow. You said you got a waiting list of people that are interested. What a great place to be in. Although, is it going to achieve the outcome that you wanted at the start once you have no more major works to do of keeping your mind active?
Well, that's easy because there wasn't an outcome at the start.
True.
Part of it, and I've used this line somewhere else before, I've got 4 sons. You don't know whether they're going to want to live near their parents at all.
Yeah.
But if they do, there's got to be things in the town for them to do, whether it be work or whether it be entertainment. And, it's nice to see. I've got one son who's been working with us on site since he left school for 6 years.
Oh, wow.
But it's also nice to see their friends coming, doing a trial at DAS and learning how to be a barista or to work the floor.
Yeah.
And Shed Shaker have young kids in there, and there's young kids in fruit and veg. So that's nice to see.
Especially for a small town, right?
Especially for a small town with an older demographic moving up to town. We need everybody across all levels of age and economic and the whole works.
Yeah. So you're the genius and the visionary without a vision, but you've created something great. You mention us and we. What does it take in terms of people to run the mill?
I'm really lucky. I've got a bloke who's an accountant who does all my boring paperwork stuff.
Great. Everyone needs one of them.
Yeah, he works across 3 days. He works a full week across 3 days because he's a tenant on site as well.
Perfect.
And I've got a carpenter who works for us at the moment. We've had a few different guys over the years who do the building works, and my one son who's doing an carpentry apprenticeship now.
Right.
With that, the rest of it's contracted out. Someone comes and cleans the toilets, or she works for us now. We've just hired an older woman who's looking for a job to.
Great.
She cleans the toilets and does a bit of gardening.
Yeah.
And the rest of it is the tenants looking after themselves.
Amazing. So that's a pretty small team. That's excellent.
And me, I'm there too much. I mean,
I can imagine. Yeah. Wow. So that's a pretty lean operation, which is wonderful. Well done. What about some of the moments, and we've talked about a whole bunch, but what would you say are some of the learnings or the keys that you've collected over the years that you would say are essential to being successful in your endeavour, but in business in general?
Human resources is the biggest challenge and the biggest way with where one can add value to your employees, but also add value to the business. When one gets a good employee, one looks after that employee. And, you know, you pay peanuts, you end up with monkeys type theory. Communication. And what we talked about before about not knowing what other people will hear and working out how to have whether it's an employee or a council representative or whoever, working out how that particular person hears stuff, presenting it in a different way. If you don't think the person's understanding, presenting it in a different way. Yeah. Which is, you know, that's trial and error.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And dream big. I always said tenants come in, new tenants come in and they might want something and we have a discussion about it and I go, okay, dream big. And then we bring it back to what can be done, not the other way. So don't worry about how much money it's going to take. Don't worry about it. Just dream big and see where it goes.
I love that. That perspective really gets things out and maybe gets things happening that might not have been started before, right?
Don't make assumptions about what can be done. So that's important as well.
Where would you like to see the mill continue and grow to in the next 50 years?
50 years.
50.
I
Great.
won't be around to see that.
You won't. Will I? Yeah, probably.
Well, hopefully the idea of the botanical gardens growth sort of spreading across and softening it up a lot. Visitation continually growing but not going crazy. And the tenants thriving. Yeah. It being an asset within the town that supports people within the town.
It is almost, I mean, it's all of those things right now, right? And it is an asset to the town, which is a really amazing thing. It's probably one of the, I don't know, the top 2 or 3 draw cards for the town, I think. And yeah, I've watched the development of it over from a distance as a visitor myself over the last 11 years and just been really delighted and proud to have something like that in central Victoria. And yeah, I just want to say well done and thank you for what you've invested in Castlemaine. Even though I'm a Bendigonian, I can still take pride in what is here in central Victoria, and you've had a great impact on it. Well done.
Thanks.
Hey there, sorry to interrupt, but this is actually the end of part 1 of this conversation. Don't worry, the next part of the episode is already released and you can just click next and go straight to that one. Hope you're really enjoying the episode. I'll see you in the next.